Guys, ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 indeed. It's officially...
It's Matt Palmer's time of year.
It's time. It's the holiday season. Like, I feel like everyone is always pushing against me for saying that prior to Thanksgiving. But Thanksgiving has happened. It has occurred. We're not officially in December yet by the time we're recording this. But I still think it counts. I've been playing Christmas music nonstop. We have begun putting up the Christmas decorations. We put up the trees, put up some lights. Like, it's happening in the household that I'm in currently. Matt Steele, how are you beginning your celebrations?
By working, by contributing to the American economy and going up to that green room in that theater, sitting there for the hour that I have to sit there and then coming on home. That's what I've been doing, picking up my paycheck.
I think that's beautiful. This is what Christmas is really about. Capitalism, working, and sitting backstage.
Absolutely, guys. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Two Gay Mats, the podcast. It is Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And it was Thanksgiving week. We had some fun. We had some food. We had some festivities. As we were talking about, it is now Christmas time. I had a very busy week. I don't even know what you did for Thanksgiving. What did you do for Thanksgiving, Matt Palmer?
For Thanksgiving, I made several things like I want to do. I made my mom's dressing recipe and also made 2 sweet potato pies and brought them over to Jackson's family's house because Jackson's family lives very close by in LA as well. And so, I went over and we had kind of like a potluck Thanksgiving moment in which people were enjoying my, contributions. I was enjoying theirs. It's just good. I feel like there are lots of people, like we had some people from Chicago, some people from Ohio, some, obviously some LA natives, and of course the South. I feel like we're getting a lot of flavors of the, continental US at that table. And so, I was over there and Jackson's brother's family was in town. So there were also some young children there as well. And so that was very fun. I was happy with how everything turned out, but I did so I make the 2 pies the night before and I'm like, okay, everything is ready. Everything has been cooked. Everything's been baked. Let's put it in the fridge. And tomorrow morning, take it out, take it over. All will be well. I go open the fridge. I'm like, oh, well, I'll have a little bit of coffee before we go over to Thanksgiving. I may or may not have knocked a pie to the ground. It didn't flip over, luckily. So it's like all the filling was still good, but like it was very cracked as far as the crust goes. The crust isn't the star, but even still, it didn't look as cute as like it looked prior to. Parts of the crust kind of got on top. It just wasn't as presentable. I feel like my mom would have been, very upset that I delivered that at our home Thanksgiving, or it was representative of her Thanksgiving. So I'd like to apologize to all involved for my dropping the pie.
It was only one of the pies. You still had one beautiful pie and one little ugly duckling pie that you love just as equally as you love both of your daughters.
Absolutely.
These are my 2 children. I love them equally. They both are special for their own reasons. One is very beautiful and one tastes delicious.
I think they both tasted delicious, and one just had a little bit more character. One had been through something, and I feel like that's also what Thanksgiving is about. It's like acknowledging that this year we've all been through it, right? And that was what that pie represented.
Exactly, but we still are going to savor all of it. And I disagree that the crust is not the star. Because when you the thing is like if a crust is like not great, you're kind of like, okay, whatever. But like if a crust works really, really well with the pie, then you're just like, oh, this crust,
It's true.
You really notice the crust when it's exceptional.
True, but I'm not for certain, like for our the cheesecake that we make, that we got the recipe from Corey, I do like, I'm gonna do a graham cracker crust and like kind of push it down and make it myself. For the sweet potato pies, I just get the crust from the freezer aisle at Ralph's and I'm like calling it a day. Because like, who has the time? I'm freaking peeling sweet potatoes here. I can't build a crust from scratch as well. So I only could do so much, but everything did turn out very nicely. And it was just nice to have a few days off, a little bit of time to rest and relax and, post TikToks of us talking about Wicked and to have the Wicked fans get mad at us because the girls were not thrilled about how I said, I think in the reaction video, I said something about how like, I want them to get to the song and I want it to be less about like the Grimmery breaks and like talking about not nonsense, but whatever, talking about the dialogue in between like parts of the song. Like when I'm listening to the soundtrack, I just want to hear the song, and the Wicked girlies did not like that. They were eating me up in those comments, but I just have to say, A, thank you for those who came to our defense, and B, honestly, we used to get in so much more trouble in our comments than we do these days. Maybe we've lost our edge. Maybe we should be making people mad more often. So just wait. We're going to have more things to say that are going to piss off the Wicked girlies and everybody else. Stay tuned.
Guys,
2026.
You thought You thought Madame Morrible and the Wizard were the true villains of Wicked. It's the two gay Mats, ladies and gentlemen.
Is.
Because we're just ever so slightly critical.
Yes,
Not like we were truly nice. We were truly like,
We were.
yeah, it's Wicked, yay! But like, just because we had a couple little critiques here and there,
I know.
those girls came through the woodwork. They were not having it.
If you can't take the critique, go somewhere else. But if you can, please like and subscribe. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers. So maybe now isn't the time that we really try to shake the table. But alas, that's what we did. But Matt Steele, how was your Thanksgiving week?
My Thanksgiving week was very, very busy. We're gonna go before Thanksgiving, okay? Because Monday night I went down to New Jersey because Tuesday morning I was doing this thing at an elementary school in New Jersey in a town where my friend Cecilia is from. I was speaking at her old elementary school because they always every so often have like a guest artist come in and they do things with the kids. They teach the kids about their art, their like respective art and everything. And so I went in there as I guess actor, writer, director, whatever, extraordinaire in there. I couldn't really talk to them much about acting because what was I going to say to these like kindergartners? I'm in a play right now called Messy White Gays. It's about a throuple and like, so I didn't go into detail about that, but I talked about like the process of like movie making and how to, you know, create your own stories and how to build your own characters and everything. So for the entire school day for this elementary school, I, you know, met with each grade in the art room and I like taught each grade start from like pre-K to 5th grade all about like how to like create characters, how to do different like story creating exercises. So, and it was, you know, I had no idea what I was doing because I've never like taught elementary school kids before, especially like that giant age range of people. And so, cause you know, for the pre-K kids, you have to do something a lot more simple than for the 5th grade kids. So it's kind of like gauging like, so it was like, I was really stressed. I was like, like trying to gauge like, okay, what can the 4th graders handle? That's a little different from what the 3rd graders can handle, you know, trying to like find nuance in there. But like, honestly, the thing I learned was just let the kids run around and have a good time and they're enjoying it. So it was really fun though. The kids were really sweet and really wonderful. God bless every single person who is an elementary school teacher.
Truly.
Because these classes were small. Like some of these classes were like 9, 10 kids. So like pretty small class sizes and everything. But I was like, girl, my voice is tired. And I love like kids because you're just like, okay, for, you know, probably like 2nd through 5th grade, we were sort of creating our own story and the kids would like act it out and everything. And I was kept asking them like, okay, what do you think can happen next? What can happen next? And immediately they would all just always raise their hand. And I would call on a kid and they would be like, and it's just like, okay, so you clearly haven't thought of anything.
Right. Why was your hand raised, young man?
You know, it's the kids just want to be involved. So that was a fun, interesting experience. But yeah, no, the kids were great. And also that day, I had a little bit of a scare because I was like potentially maybe going on that night because I had to take the train back up for Messy White Gays that night. And so I had a little bit of a scare. There was a potential that I would be going on again that night. So I was like, oh my God,
for a different role
exhausted.
than you went on for before, right?
Yeah, for a different role. And I was just like, oh my God, I've been like, you know, yelling at kids all day. What's going to happen? Like, is my voice going to be up to it? But then it ended up not needing to happen. So that was kind of a relief. And then went back up to New York and then I went back down to Jersey on Wednesday night to do the Thanksgiving festivities. And it was essentially just me, my mom, my stepdad, my brother, my stepdad's sister and her husband. And we just got Chinese food.
Good for you. Let's keep it low key.
We were all like, let's not cook. Let's just get Chinese food. My stepdad has this Chinese restaurant called Shanghai Bun that he loves. It's his favorite place. And so we just got Chinese food from Shanghai Bun the night before, reheated it up, baby. And then we had there were only 6 of us, but we had 4 different pies. Oh. Everyone wanted something a little different. We had a regular pumpkin, we had a coconut custard, we had a strawberry rhubarb, and we had a pumpkin spice cheesecake. Oh. And so, you know, it was more pie than food, I think. Right.
And were the pies made, like, or did we get the pies from the store?
Oh, like, girl, we got the pies at the store. Don't you? Right. We did not cook shit. Get out of here.
I love that. I feel like so many, especially moms, but I guess parents, like feel like, oh, I need to be making this. Because the thing is, you don't realize it as a kid. You're just like, oh, it's Thanksgiving. We're getting all these sides and meals, and it's just, it's all just happening. But it's like the amount of work that I have to do for one side dish and 2 pies, one that got dropped on the floor. It's like, it was hours and hours and hours. How my mother did this every year, year after year, it boggles the mind. Honestly, like if ever I were to have kids and we were to have this, it's like, this is gonna be a group effort. Like, babe, you're doing this, I'm doing this. We're all in this together, as they tell us in High School Musical. But yeah, as you know, I feel like the sweet potato pie versus pumpkin pie debate is still raging loudly. I did notice you didn't have a sweet potato pie at your Thanksgiving, but that's okay. I don't know if
no, babe. I don't know if you've heard of a thing called the Northeast. We've never heard the word sweet potato pie in our life. Like, I had no idea that a sweet potato pie was a thing until I moved to LA and I met you.
Well, I mean, I'm glad
clue.
I can bring some Southern elegance to you and your Northerner friends, because and the thing is, potato pie is not bad. It's a cute girl. It's nothing upsetting. I feel like it's so light. Like, it's so airy. Like, there's so much air in a pumpkin pie to me, where I'm like, yeah, this is good, but it's like air and spices. Where sweet potato pie is richer to me. Does that make sense? Like, it definitely
is it a little more savory? Is it a little more savory sweet potato pie?
Even think it's more savory. Like, I put a cup of sugar. I mean, I guess it's between the 2 pies, but yeah, I don't think it's a crazy savory, but it's just like there's more. Like, the texture feels like there's more to it. Like, I feel like there's just so much airiness to a pumpkin pie that, again, I don't dislike. But I just, when you grow up on something, it's hard. And that was like my grandma and my mother's specialty was the sweet potato pie. So every year I'm like, this isn't exactly right. This isn't how my mom would have done it. Like, and Jackson's like, it's fine. Like, it's very good. You need to calm down. But when you grow up and it's like, this is the dessert. This is the dessert, I hold myself to a high standard.
I never knew that macaroni and cheese was like a staple for a lot of households as well.
100%.
Because in Jersey, it's a lot of Italian households, so there's always a pasta dish at Thanksgiving. So if there's a pasta dish, you don't need no macaroni and cheese because there's already a macaroni type something already.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, so it's weird to me when people have holidays and they don't have a pasta dish. Even if they're not Italian, I feel like people would have a pasta dish in New Jersey.
If I had macaroni and cheese and didn't have another pasta thing, would that count to you as a pasta dish for my Thanksgiving?
No.
Oh. Okay, just making sure, because
macaroni and cheese is not pasta.
But you said you wouldn't have macaroni and cheese if you had pasta. So I was like, all right, we're getting somewhere close to,
because there's a carb, there's a noodle, there's a macaroni. Okay. It's a macaroni. Yes. But but it's not. It's a different thing. It's a different sensation.
But what kind of pasta dish are we doing at Thanksgiving? Like in your classic Thanksgiving?
It depends, because lasagna's for Christmas. My family does an angel hair with tuna fish sauce for Christmas Eve. But Thanksgiving, just sort of any old pasta. My family never had any. My family has no Thanksgiving tradition whatsoever. Really? Clearly, we got Chinese food this year. This is why I'm such a Thanksgiving Grinch. Anyone who's been listening to the podcast knows that I truly don't give a fuck about Thanksgiving. I don't get it. I don't understand why people obsess about it. I don't understand why people stress about it. It's guys, it's just food. The party's going to be fun no matter what. And you realize you can, and people are oh, but I just like the style of food that we have on Thanksgiving. And it's you can have that any time of year, baby.
You can,
but you can cook that whenever.
Look, and the thing is, the dressing that is made for Thanksgiving is truly my favorite food. You know how I feel about the jelly cranberry sauce, mixing it in. That's the only way to eat it. But it wouldn't even cross my mind to make that if it were not Thanksgiving or Christmas, in which we make the same meal in both of those situations. But yeah, in a normal non-holiday scenario, I can't even. It doesn't even come up. It doesn't even cross the mind.
Really? Your mom never made some just stovetop stuffing
stovetop?
Oh fuck yeah! Oh,
no,
I fuck with
don't.
stovetop hard, bitch. The thing is, in our Thanksgivings, we would always have a stovetop stuffing and also another more homemade stuffing situation. Yeah. Just because you got to have both. Oh, it's just all carbs in my Thanksgivings. Okay, except when it's Chinese food.
I don't dislike the stovetop. I think I've had it in my days as an adult now. And I'm she's a cute girl. I don't dislike it. But it's not. It has nothing to do with dressing or Thanksgiving to me. It's just oh yeah, that's something. But it's
There's
nothing.
room for both.
There's room for both.
There's room for both.
But one of them is important.
Yeah, but that's why I'm asking. Like, did your like you could have had if you're not going to do stovetop stuffing for Thanksgiving. It's a nice, easy side to a meal when it's not Thanksgiving. It's real quick. It's real easy. Except a couple times my mom forgot to put the seasoning in the stovetop stuffing when she would make it, and we'd be like, "Ma, what is this?" And she'd be like, "Oh, I forgot to put the seasoning in again." And it's like, "Ma, this is the whole thing."
I don't think stovetop were two words I heard in my family home growing up. Like I heard of stovetop and like heard it was a thing. No stovetop items ever entered my house growing up.
It's great. I'm gonna make you some. I'm gonna make you some when it's not Thanksgiving next year. For November 30th.
I feel like now that we've been apart this long, we are all having these ideas of like, oh, but when we're back together, we're going to do X, Y, Z. Because, I have the dream of us doing like a non-alcoholic, like drinking challenge of like, not challenge, we're not going to like gourd ourselves, but like, I want you.
How much can you handle?
No, but like, I want to see you drink some, because I found some good non-alcoholic wines. I found some good non-alcoholic beers. I know your tests before are like, I don't like them, but I bet we'd find something for you. I bet we would.
Okay, yeah. But and the thing is with the stovetop challenge that I just gave myself, babe, that's not going to happen because I don't cook.
But, we can't get into it. But how much cooking has to go into the stovetop preparation?
Oh, it's nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
But still, I don't want to do it.
I will say that is what is appealing about stovetop because, again, the dressing is a many steps process.
I've seen you do it. I've seen you do it, babe.
Hours, if not days. Like it is a long, involved, but it's like, but then you get to the end and you're like, yes, this is it. So it's worth it. But it's like climbing Mount Everest, I imagine. Like you just feel like I really did something here. But like while you're in the middle of it, you're like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, and that's why that's why I'm a Thanksgiving Grinch. As someone who despises cooking, there's no appeal for me. You're eating at a weird time of day. You're sitting around with people, and everyone gets really tired at the end of it, and it's kind of just like, guys, like let's keep the party going, but no one wants to do that.
Well, people get tired because they've eaten so much. It's like,
I want to have if we are having a holiday, girl, I want the holiday to be from the beginning of the day to midnight. Okay, I want to party all day, but people just get so sluggish, and I hate that feeling. And then it's like, oh, I have to pack all of this up, and then the turkey, fucking turkey of it all. When Matt Palmer, every Thanksgiving turkey tastes the same.
Look,
it just does.
I'm not going to sit here and argue with you that turkey is the star of Thanksgiving. It's not. Like the turkey is there. We like her. Honestly, we have turkey and ham at our Thanksgivings these days. I'm always going for the ham. Like a ham will really give me something. And the turkey, I'm like, okay, cool, fine, whatever. But the stars of Thanksgiving are the sides. So the turkey's just there. Yeah. The turkey's just there.
Yeah, but everyone. Then why do people stress about the turkey so much?
Because the idea of like, oh, I undercooked it, and now people like have food poisoning or something is a scare. Like, remember that one time we had Thanksgiving at our old apartment, the one that had like the indoor outdoor floors, and like was on the second floor, and it got super hot in the window. There was one year that Janie came over, and like one of her friends came over, and I made a fucking turkey, and I was like, if I get people sick, I'll just feel really bad. And I just like, that's the scary part. Is like, I feel like you can fuck up a turkey in a way that like leads to people vomiting. And I feel like that's less likely for other dishes.
Just blast it. Just cook it all day. Just blast it. Who cares if it's burnt? Turkey's dry anyway. Just blast it.
I also think it's so funny, just so we're all clear, Matt still hates cooking, but every time we've had to go to like a Friendsgiving or something and he makes something, it's excellent. Like, it's like you cook very well. It takes you a minute, but I'm like, this is really good. Like, do you not, so when it's really good, are you not like, oh, I feel proud of what I've done and like would do this again in this scenario? Like, you're good at it. So why are you so anti?
Because here's the thing, I never want to do, whenever I do have to do something like that, I have to put my whole soul and body into it because I want it to be good. And I don't want to do it anymore. Like whenever people eat something that I made and they're like, this is actually really, really great. I'm like, great, I never want to fucking do this again.
So that doesn't even fill you with a little bit of pride or a little bit like, oh, wow, this made someone happy. The work that I put in, really, I can see it on their face. It really lit up their eyes. Nothing?
They would have been just as happy if I bought something at the store that tasted as good.
But no, that's the process of making it is you expressing the love.
Listen. The way you can express your love to me is you don't need to cook, but my Venmo account is open.
I knew it. I knew it was going to be Venmo. Won't even send them to the Patreon so we both can get a cut. Wow, rude. During the holidays, can you believe? But speaking of Thanksgiving, apparently a lot has come out about like the most popular sides in the parts of the country. It looks like stuffing/dressing is the most popular side, both in Jersey and Georgia, all over, which is like, I could have told you that. Top searched Thanksgiving pies. Okay, pumpkin pie seems like nationally number one. Sweet potato pie did get a few votes, which we like. Thank you, Kansas, Iowa, and Louisiana. I will have to say, what is chocolate pie? I mean, I can imagine what it is. It's just like a pie with chocolate in it, but like never once have I received, eaten, engaged with a chocolate pie in my day.
Did that rank high? Because like I've seen chocolate pies, but it's kind of like a chocolate mousse pie or like chocolate kind of pudding pie, kind of like a chocolatey custardy pie. I've had chocolate pie before, but it's not like I wouldn't say it's like a Thanksgiving staple in the slightest.
I think I'm seeing it in 6 as the like most searched Thanksgiving pies in 6 states right now is what I'm seeing. So it's up there. I mean, behind pumpkin pie, obviously, but in front of sweet potato pie, which is horrifying. And maybe in front of pecan pie as well.
I mean, as a chocolate stan, I'm all for a chocolate pie. I would probably, if there was a chocolate pie option, I would probably pick that over most pies other than like I really loved the strawberry rhubarb pie that we got. That was my stepdad's choice because he really loves strawberry rhubarb, and I am all about a fucking rhubarb moment. You know my thoughts on fruit and tart foods. And so like I love just like the tart, and my issue with pies in general is that they're like kind of really sweet. And so I love like a really tart pie. But if a strawberry rhubarb was not available, I would probably pick a chocolate pie over most other pies.
Would you pick it over like a cherry pie or a I think of another pie.
A cherry pie.
Banana cream. I love a banana.
No,
cream.
you know I'm not a banana in a dessert person. It's too sweet. I like a banana, just a banana. Like I just need a banana, and it needs to be slightly green.
But it's
like
also
I like a tart banana.
You're not, but it just sounds like you're not a dessert person. So why are we even having this discussion? Like,
I mean, the Discord exploded when I dropped the bomb that I preferred fruit to dessert.
I know, and we can't go back there. Like the amount of times that like Matt Steele will say something about food in the Discord, and I'll be like, guys, don't respond. We are being rage baited. He knows, he does feel this way, but he knows we disagree. So everyone, to your trenches. Bring up Sabrina Carpenter or something. We can't engage with like whether toasting something is cooking.
I am just giving my honest opinion. Okay. But I mean, the thing is, like, I'll eat any pie. You know, I wouldn't do a pecan pie. Pecan pie is way too sweet for me. I can't really do it. Yeah. But yeah, a fruit pie more than a cherry pie, as you brought up before, is like sort of deceptive because you expect it to be really, really tart. But a lot of times that cherry pie filling is really kind of sweet. So I can't say I've really indulged in a cherry pie often.
They're good. I like them.
But yeah, a chocolate pie I'm down because I love chocolate. You know.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
All right, moving very different direction, but something that was very big that came out this week that I didn't realize was going to be such a big deal, but apparently the gays are going up for it. And I guess the people in our, sparsely attended books channel on the Discord also made note that Heated Rivalry, which is a gay erotic novel, I assume, right? Is that what we call it? Has been made into a TV show. Apparently it debuted in Canada and it premiered on HBO Max as well with 2 episodes on November 28th. So, a little post-Thanksgiving treat for the gays and, the girls who are into that. And, which there are,
which is a lot, guys.
Which is a lot. I'm not here to yuck yum.
Which is a lot. As a gay guy, I can tell you I have come across many a woman who I'm just like, oh, you're really into this. You're really into this, aren't you?
So because of honestly all the talk of it on the internet and on Discord, I was like, okay, today we have some things to do. We were beginning to put up our Christmas decorations, but I was like, okay, while we're eating our breakfast, maybe let's watch the first episode of Heated Rivalry.
During breakfast? That is not a breakfast TV show.
It was late breakfast. It was a brunch. It was like, it was noon. We were just having pancakes. And
brunch is appropriate. Brunch is appropriate.
There you go. And so we're watching the show, and I'm of two minds. I'm like, okay, I've seen from what I understand, we're getting a little more graphic than on some other shows that I won't mention the name of. But I was like, okay, I don't know. I just didn't know. I was like, sometimes gay media can disappoint. It's not exactly what you want. Or like, I was excited because, my request after watching the show, I won't mention, my request was like, I'd like more gay stories about adults. And, having something like knowing that gay people are sexual beings as well is like something that I would like to see on screen. I believe someone listened to the podcast and was like, the girls need this. Let's option it. Let's get it to television. Cause man, oh man, this is some steamy work. And it's like, okay, it's not the most like groundbreaking, enemies to lovers happens a lot in a lot of these stories. But man, the first scene in which they disrobe, I was like, oh, this is involved. And I feel like it is, it's like the thighs are very specifically placed, so you don't see anything that's, full frontal. But it seems like other than that, it's like we're not cutting these scenes. We're not making little montages. We're not, it's explicit as to what you're seeing. And I was like, oh, well.
That's good. We love putting intimacy coordinators to work.
Yes.
And putting those puzzle pieces together of where the thighs are going to go to
Yes.
connect and have things be seen and things not be seen. I have not seen the show. I've only seen the clips online because Lord knows you horny ass motherfuckers are sharing the hell out of this show. And so I can't not see it because I'm just being inundated with all of it, with all the gay Canadian Russian hockey drama.
Yeah.
One's Canadian, one's Russian, right?
That is correct.
I know, God, it's so hard. It's just triggering because it reminds me of my hockey days, and
I don't think those days existed.
Back when I was on the ice, But what was I even fucking saying? Oh, I was saying how. I love how you describe it as a enemies to lovers story and everything. Yeah. But they got down and dirty in the first episode.
They did.
Where did they have to go? That's the climax of the season, isn't it?
Well, no, it was like the opening scene. The Russian guy was not very nice to the Canadian guy. And then they played, and I think the Russians team won. They both got drafted, but like the Russian got drafted first pick, and then our Canadian guy got drafted second pick, and so they were upset about that. And then they went to the showers, exchanged some glances,
and they let it out. They let their anger out.
No, because the Canadian one said, "What? Not here." And then, but he said, okay, what if I came to your hotel room at this time of night? Will you be there? And it was, our Canadian guy was trying to get dressed up and was waiting. He was nervous he wasn't going to show up, but I can tell you he showed up. Yeah, the Russian showed up and things happened. And I felt for a little bit for the Canadian guy because it was like, he was like, I've never been with a guy before. And I'm like, well, you're certainly, you're really.
That's Florida. Wait, not here. Come at this exact time. That's for not having been with a guy before. That's pretty forward. Just no. Well, I guess he figured if this is going to happen, I'm going to make it a special moment. If I'm going to lose my virginity tonight, I'm going to light the candles. I'm going to spray some perfume in the air.
Obviously, since they're both stars of whatever they're calling the NHL on this show, because it can't be NHL because of licensing reasons. They're the Canadian guy especially is very much, we've got to keep this private, we got to keep this hush hush. They run into each other at a gala when one of them is named Rookie of the Year, and the Russian guy starts kissing our Canadian friend, and he's like, no, not here, it's public, someone could see me, something could happen. So he's very concerned because he's also Asian Canadian, and so he's getting all these endorsements as becoming the new hockey star who's not white, which is exciting for hockey, I believe. And so he's like, I can't mess up my endorsements. I just got this $1 million Rolex contract. I can't fuck that up hooking up with you in public. So everyone's nervous, but I'm obviously too invested in speaking as if these are real people, but I'm nervous for the Canadian friend who I can't tell if you can tell by my discussion, is my favorite of the two of them. I feel like he is getting more emotionally invested than our Russian friend who's yeah, I've done this before. I messed around with my old coach's son and it's just fucking. And I'm like, I don't think it is for Shane, I want to say.
Imagining just just this a tough Russian being well, it's just fucking. It's just fucking. Who cares?
It's literally exactly
nice.
That.
Nice.
So, I enjoyed that first episode. It's definitely a show where you're okay. Because sometimes, you watch things with your parents over the holidays. I wouldn't put this there just because, not because it's gay, but just because it's I don't need to be watching sex with my, on screen with my parents. So this is something for you to watch with people in your age group, other queer people, other, partners, ladies who are into that, whatever. Not your parents, but it is. I'm invested. It's not the most unique story ever, but clearly I care and I'm into it. And so all of you out there who think that I just hate all gay television because of one example that I don't hate, it just isn't for me. I'd like us to all eat our words a little bit. Okay.
I mean, clearly you're invested because you have a favorite one. You're like, this one's my favorite, which is interesting to me. It's just interesting to me because to me, I'm like, these two guys could kind of be brothers. Like they kind of look similar.
No, I don't
They have similar. I mean, like you can tell, obviously, like you can tell the difference and everything, but like they have very similar, like mouth shapes. They have very similar like bone structures to me. So to me, and look, they both look wonderful. So if I'm gonna see a good looking face on my screen, I might as well see that face twice.
Yes.
But they look like kind of similar to me. So it's interesting that you're just like, oh, this one over this one. I'm just like, they both look great to me.
The other one looks great as well, but I just feel like the other one's like a little harsh. Like I feel like he needs to be like
harsh.
you know. He's going through a lot. We're learning a lot about his family story, his brother and his dad, and all this. So I get it. He's lived a hard life, but he just should like use a little kinder gloves with our Canadian friend. That's all.
Well, but also, girl, in Russia, like the homosexuals are not having the best time in Russia.
I understand
it's not the best place to be. So
right.
he's got to have a little bit of a tough exterior, and Russians are not, known for being softies like Canadians. Like they have a little tougher exterior in general.
Hey, they're both tough hockey people. So, if our Canadian guy can be nice, he could learn to be a little nicer.
Do you think this is all going to end? The big climax is going to be them getting to a giant fight on the ice, like a physical altercation on the ice. That makes sense, right?
I could see it. I certainly feel like it's going to end with like the public finding out about this and like people's endorsement deals falling through and like, are they going to get dropped from their teams, being out and whatever. That's what I feel like we're leading up to. And I'm sure I could figure this out if I read the book, but I'll just wait for the episodes to drop every Thursday on HBO Max.
You are so patient. Look at this.
I know.
I love this. It's very much giving me like sort of the hockey version of the musical Chess.
Okay.
It's like the not American, but like North American, I guess, with the Russian competitor and everything. Except there's no gay sex in the musical Chess.
Well,
but
that's what it's missing. And Aaron Tveit in the Chess reboot, right? But the new Chess
reboot,
thing.
the revival.
What did I say? Potato, potato, whatever. But he is in it. I got my person right.
You did. You got a person right. Who else is in it, Matt Palmer? Let's see if you know this.
Leah Michelle.
Good job.
Can I be the Broadway Matt? Can I be the theater Matt yet? I was the one.
Well, you can be the Broadway Matt if you give me the name of the other guy in it who plays the Russian.
Oh Lord. Daniel Radcliffe.
So close. So close. His name's Nicholas Christopher.
Oh, hi, Nicholas. I hope you're well. So yes, a long story short, the show is good. I'm invested. Don't watch it with your parents. Euphoria plot details, speaking of HBO, have supposedly been revealed at an event. In the trailer, we see that Rue, Zendaya's character as an adult, is still using drugs and is being kidnapped by drug dealers to whom she owes money. There are two groups of dealers after Rue, one led by a woman and the other by a man. Additionally, we see that Cassie, Sydney Sweeney, and Nate Jacob Elordi are engaged. Sydney Sweeney's character will have an OnlyFans profile where she creates adult content, and Nate is shocked when he discovers her in bed dressed as a Playboy bunny taking pictures. Okay.
Great. So I guess I don't need to watch it because you just gave me the whole plot.
Hey, I'm just giving you what it hasn't even premiered, but apparently there's been an early trailer that's come out. And so and there was a private HBO event in Brazil where this was being played. So, it's coming back. It's its final season. It does feel, it's just been so long since the second season where I'm like, can we just wrap it up? Like, I think Zendaya is probably like, I have a lot more important things to do. My career has skyrocketed in the 5 years since this last season, as has Jacob Elordi's and Sydney Sweeney's. So I bet they're all excited to go and do other projects.
And to not play high schoolers anymore.
Just like on Heated Rivalry, we're not in high school anymore. Thank God.
Yeah. I was thinking the other day, wow, this is the first time in my professional career where on stage I played an adult human.
Wow. How did it feel?
Yeah. It feels fine.
Yeah.
I am always, because in theater, granted, to be fair, I have not done theater in like 10 years. But in the theater prior, I always, since graduating college, I always played children or animals or some sort of fantastical figure like a fairy or a leprechaun or something like that.
And look at you now, an adult man. I love it. You've grown. You've evolved. You're a person now.
In Messy White Gaze, I jumped right from playing like a little animal, a little child, to in Messy White Gaze playing a cokehead the fiend. Like
Yay!
Yay!
Nothing better than that. Speaking of the demons in our society, did you read about the Campbell soup situation?
No, I have no clue what the hell this is. I saw this in the headline.
Okay, so apparently Robert Garza, who was someone who worked at Campbell's, filed a lawsuit in Michigan last week because of accusing Martin Bailey of mocking low-income consumers and making other disparaging remarks. Garza was fired just weeks after informing his manager of the conversation, according to a complaint which alleges retaliation. They have since, after firing the first guy, they've also fired Bailey because comments came out and the audio came out of a recording that was provided that basically says, quote, from Martin Bailey, one of the executives at Campbell, "Who buys our shit? I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's not healthy now that I know what the fuck is in it." He said, "Bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer." He went on to say, negative things about how the only people that buy this food are poor people. So, yeah, that is something that has come out. And I don't know enough about the Garza story to be like, maybe he should not have been fired if he was just, it sounds like he was just raising complaints about this CEO or this executive to the company. And like there was retaliation and that's why he was let go, because he had like positive feedback about his performance very recently. But man, that audio is very damning. It's one of those things where I feel like as a country, politically, we all get in our own little silos of, oh no, it's X versus Y, it's us versus them in this way. And it's like, is it not so clearly that the ruling class of like multimillionaires and billionaires, are they not the villain? Like, I'm sorry, like I don't believe every person who is rich is a bad person, but you listen to shit like this and it's like, there are people who really think you not being a millionaire or multimillionaire, that you are a worse person, that is a moral failing of you, that you are not rolling in fucking money. And like, I don't know, it just, I feel like in this world today, the fact that poor people are talked about in this way, or people that just aren't mega rich, it's like, what? This class system is just so gross and disgusting. And like, I'm glad at least someone has been fired for their vulgar and offensive statements. But like, it makes you wonder how much of this is happening. Like what percentage of this uber wealthy fucking hate the rest of us? I just wonder.
And just like what these sort of execs are saying from like other companies are saying about, its consumers behind closed doors. Yes. I mean, like, can't like if this is an issue you have with your product that like the quality is not good, there's stuff that's not good for you in it,
right?
Then maybe you discuss how can we make it a better product that is still affordable, so that people who are not don't have the incomes that we have, the people who do buy this product can be able to eat healthily, and like that could be a selling point for the product. Like, hey, we have this new healthier XYZ or whatever. Like Campbell's, you can afford it. Like you can afford to up the quality of your product while keeping the price what it is, because Lord knows Campbell's is the most famous soup company ever. So that is rough.
It's rough. And Campbell's,
and the soup industry, is my industry, because I'm all about soup.
You are all
fruit
about
and soup. That's
fruit
me.
And soup. Happy Thanksgiving to Matt Steele. All you need to give him is an apple and some soup, and he'd be thrilled.
Oh fuck! I'm happy if I was on an island with just soup and fruit, I would love it. But not Campbell's right now. Fuck Campbell's right now.
I mean, I'm happy that they fired him, and Campbell's has come out and said like it's actually not bad, like the food. So like we do not stand behind this. It's good. But I honestly believe that they're gonna do exactly what you said, and there will be a healthy line of Campbell's out. Like all natural, all organic, very, very soon. Because like this is just, it's bad. It's bad, y'all. Matt Steele, do you want to talk about the Harper's Bazaar list of the top 21 movie musicals ever made, according to the Bazaar editors?
Guys, this was the most rage bait thing I've ever seen posted in the history of all time.
It was.
Because you just want to go through this list of the top 10. Start at number 1 and then go to number 10, because number 10 is crazy.
I mean, okay, I was going to start number 10, but let me jump back up. Number 1 is crazy. Number 1 is The Phantom of the Opera, 2004.
Look, I love a good, I think Joel Schumer gave us some good campy shit with that Phantom of the Opera movie, but number 1 movie musical.
Of all time.
Yes. Of all time.
Emmy Rossum.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, Emmy's great. Okay, baby. But of all time.
Huh.
Okay.
Number 2, I agree with. Dreamgirls 2006. I'd
Matt
make it
Palmer
number
was doing
1.
backflips for that one, guys.
But you know what? Sometimes you get it right. But it's like, does Beyonce need to appear in this list twice? And I know you're thinking, what other movie musicals was Beyonce in? And that will come up. But
Guys,
yes.
everyone's on the edge of their seat wondering what the hell this is going to be.
And it's not the Etta James one. Spoiler. Across the Universe 2007, which I don't think I ever saw, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it was pretty when
Right.
it came out, like it did not get great reviews. And like looking back on it, I think about like Julie Taymor's like direction of it, and I'm just like, it was really fucking cool. Like the shit she did was really, really cool and magical. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, for top 10 greatest movie musicals of all time, do I want to see a jukebox musical on this list? Absolutely not. And we see it a couple times.
Well, let's stay buckled up because after that we get number 4, Funny Girl 1968.
Okay.
Okay.
Funny Girl's honestly not my favorite musical, not my favorite movie musical or anything. But like, I'm not going to begrudge someone for putting it in their top 10 list. Number 4, though.
Yeah, number 4's high. Number 4's high.
Number 4's high.
And I will begrudge them putting this in the list as it's a movie that I hate. La La Land, number 5.
I'm not begrudging nobody for putting that on the list, okay? Because La La Land is a masterpiece. Number 5, though, is a lot. I mean,
It's
you
a
know
lot.
all about Damien getting some flowers because that's my boy.
Yes.
So I obviously like love La La Land, and if it's on this list, that's very, very cool. But yeah, keep going.
Number 6 is My Fair Lady, 1964.
I'll take that. Best Picture winner,
Okay.
1964. It's understandable why it would be on this list. Yeah.
All right. It's no fan of the opera, though, clearly.
Of course, clearly. Well, and it's no this next movie.
The Sound of Music, number 7.
We're putting that at number 7. We're putting The Sound of Damn Music at number 7.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and say it's my favorite movie musical of all time, but I didn't grow up with movie musicals. And when I watched it just recently, I was like, it was pretty good. And this is a movie from 50, 60 years ago that I'm still like, I'm in. I care. So, yeah, I think it probably deserved a bit more. It certainly deserved more than several of the ones that we've already mentioned. Number 8, Mamma Mia, 2008.
It's a good time. But
that jukebox is a-going.
Okay. All right.
I've never seen it. I hear it's fun, but I don't know. Number 9, Wicked from last year.
Yeah, it was a huge success.
Yes.
In the top 10, I think it's like, oh, okay, but
Right.
but I understand why it would be on like a top 10 list in 2025.
Sure.
Yeah.
And number 10, probably you'd say the same thing about. This is a movie that I watched, I believe the premiere of on MTV back in 2001. This did not reach the theaters, but I guess that was not required to make the list. This is Beyonce and Mos Def's Carmen, a Hip Opera.
Everyone knows should have been number 1, like on this list. Hello. This is just, they wanted to put Beyonce on this list. Like
But
they wanted the
already
Beyonce
put her
fans to
there.
engage with. I know, but they wanted them to engage more. That's why they were like, if I put Wicked in here, the fans will engage. They just wanted engagement, or they want to rage bait. I don't know. I don't know what they wanted. They certainly didn't want to actually watch movie musicals because
I guess not.
because this list is dire, darling. Let me tell you what my top 5 would be.
Okay, let's hear it.
Number 1, Fiddler on the Roof,
Yeah.
1971.
Okay.
Number 2, The Sound of Fucking Music, baby. Hello.
Heard of it.
Number 3, I've got to go with The King and I. Severely underrated movie musical. Fantastic.
Okay.
Number 4, 1961, West Side Story. Hello. The fact that is not on the top 10 list. What crack are y'all smoking? And number 5, I kind of go back and forth between Chicago or Cabaret. Obviously, like Cabaret is like Bob Fosse's like, it's like just genius. He won Best Director for it. It won so many Oscars. Liza Minnelli, obviously. Joel Grey, obviously. Like the way it was adapted from the stage to the screen, they made so many changes, but yet still made it work so much. But Chicago was such a fucking moment. And I will say, like, Cabaret, the last like 20 minutes are a little slow. Just a little slow, but it's still
Fair.
a phenomenon. Obviously, it's Cabaret. But Chicago, just all the way through, is just such wildly brilliant entertainment. So I might go with, and Chicago was such just like a life-changing movie-going experience for me, which La La Land was as well, I will say. But yeah, so I might be putting Chicago as my number 5. But like,
did you see they had High School Musical at number 18?
I'll take that, girl.
That's something for you.
Listen,
yes.
We love High School Musical here at Two Gay Mats, especially High School Musical 3.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be hating on that. But yeah, this list was crazy.
It was wild. We've been going on for a while, so I'm going to rush through a few of these next ones. None of them are that big of a deal. Billie Eilish and James Cameron are collaborating on a new 3D tour movie around her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour. It's going to be in theaters March 20th, 2026.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think it's odd that they're co-directing. I didn't know James Cameron would co-direct anything.
Yeah, that is very interesting. I guess I'm interested to see what something like that would be like what a collaboration between them would be, because Billie Eilish is so sort of like low key, and James Cameron is so like extravagant.
Yes,
just like we're gonna have this and we're gonna have this and it's gonna be 4 hours long. And
we saw Avatar.
We saw it, babe. We saw Titanic. We saw it all. James Cameron, whatever he wants to put in a movie, he puts it in and he keeps it in. He doesn't cut shit out, and it's excellent. But Billie Eilish is very much just like, no, let's just chill.
Yeah, so she's like a minimalist.
She's a minimalist, and he's very much just like, no, catharsis, baby. So I'm interested to see what a collaboration between the two of them would look like.
I guess we'll see March 20th. All's Fair, that Kim Kardashian show y'all said y'all hated, has been renewed at Hulu for season 2. This is just a follow-up to the fact that, like, guys, you're going to hate watch things into follow-up seasons. I'm excited for all the great actresses on the show getting more work. I think that's beautiful. But if you're trying to tell, the world, the corporate people, like, we don't like it, the way you do that is by not watching. So if y'all liked it or hate watching it, it's coming back for season 2. So get ready for that.
I'm excited. You better get your paycheck, Glenn.
Yes, and Niecy Nash. Love that for her.
And Tiana.
Yes, yes.
I mean, that is a cast. That is a great cast. Hello.
Sarah Paulson. Icons all around. Questions for you. Who do you think is going to win a major acting award first? An AI actor or an animal actor? Because Indy the dog from Good Boy has received a historic acting nomination. Apparently, he is nominated for Best Performance in a Horror or Thriller at the Astra Film Awards. He's the first animal actor to be nominated for a major acting award, and that had only recognized human performers before. And then apparently there is a note being written on his behalf requesting that he be considered for an Oscar, even though currently it's against the rules.
To answer your question, an animal would no doubt, although I don't think either will ever happen. But as someone who saw Good Boy, that dog could fucking act, girl. Like, that song was good. Like, the way they edited that movie, I was like, this dog is going through it. Like, did I tell you about Good Boy?
It's feel really like good. You did. All right.
It's really good. It's a movie. It's essentially like this dog is watching his owner die, like with a sickness. And it's from the dog's perspective, and it's playing out like a horror movie. Because you know how like animals, they say like animals can sense like spirits or bad energy, like stuff like that. It's him experiencing all these things. It's kind of brilliant. Like, and the dog is fucking great. Like, it's so at the end of the movie, and the movie's only literally like an hour and 10 minutes. Like, it's really short. And at the end of the movie, during the credits, the director like and his wife, like I think they both directed it, I don't know, they show like how they shot the film, how long it took to shoot it, because they just like, and how they got their dog to do all these different things. It's a really cool movie, and the dog is fucking great. Good for that dog.
Is it scary? Like, could I get through Good Boy, or is it too scary for me?
It's not like, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm so scared. You will be a little like, oh, like I'm like creeped out. Like this, like it's kind of like eerie. There are a few like little jump scares here and there. Right. But it's fine for you. You'll be fine.
I love that. And lastly, and this is kind of my mini 2 Gay Minutes this week, Portia Williams over the Thanksgiving holiday has introduced a new romance with girlfriend Patrice Sway McKinney. So apparently she hard launched this relationship on Instagram. She had mentioned at BravoCon that she was seeing a man and seeing a woman, but I guess the woman won out. She was the best woman who won her heart. I'm very excited for her, but I'm also a little like, I wonder how Bravo feels about this because Portia is on next season of Love Hotel, which is their like housewives dating show. And it's like, well, if I know that she's with a woman who's not in this cast, like what am I even watching this for? But whatever. I'm happy that they're happy, and we love all over. I was gonna say love on the spectrum, but that's a different show. We love everybody in the LGBTQIA community finding love and finding themselves later in life. Congratulations to the happy couple.
The lesbians are taking over Bravo.
They really
Like,
are.
I feel like I keep seeing more and more on the channel here.
Well, what's her name? The Jenna Lyons, who was like big. She's not coming back to New York next season. So I guess there can only be one lesbian housewife at a time, and Portia's got the mantle. No, there's a girl, Julia, on Miami. She's a lesbian, but I think she's going to get fired between.
And Candy Burris is bisexual or something, right?
I think so. She's going through her divorce, and I believe, has been open about having sexual encounters with ladies. There's a rumor that she has a live-in girlfriend in the house, but that has not been confirmed or denied. But she hasn't been a housewife for a minute.
Girl, you get what you need to get. You do what you need to do. Okay.
Absolutely.
Get through that divorce.
Matt Steele, is there any other news for idiots you'd like to share with the people?
I don't think so, guys.
Okay, guys, we're gonna take a quick break and then be back with more 2K Mats, the podcast. We're back.
Guys, we are back. We just got a really fun last minute email my heart question, and I'm excited to answer it. And Matt Palmer's like, I don't know what to say about this. And it's like, well, baby, we're live. But before we do that, Matt Palmer, tell the people what they need to do.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. Please make sure to go to your Apple Podcast and or Spotify and leave us a 5-star rating and or review. We do only accept 5 stars, so if you have anything negative to say, you can keep it to yourself. Also, you can go join our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/2gaymats where you can get extra bonus content from us so very regularly. You can join the Discord and hang out with friends you haven't met yet. And it's just a fun place to be. And Matt Steele.
Yes.
What section of the podcast are we in?
This is Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO. Or you could just ask us a question in the live stream chat like this person just did with this question. And so this question comes to us from, I'm assuming her name is Lauren because it's at Lauren L6569. And it says, I just got a bubblegum essentials oil, and I feel like no one else understands how superior the bubblegum smell is. Is there a smell you love that it seems like no one else loves? A bubblegum essential oil. That is a combo I never thought I would hear in my entire life. Because you think of like essential oils, you think of like adult of some kind, a little hippy dippy, but usually an adult over the age of 18 or something. But when you think of people who love the flavor and smell of bubblegum, like outside of actually chewing the gum, but like, oh, I love this bubblegum flavored something, you think of, someone a little younger.
The youths.
And so I think the youths who love their sugar. And so I think that's just a very interesting combo, but I'm not going to yuck your yum. Do I think that's kind of gross? Yes. But I think
How is that you not yucking the yum? Like, you're like,
because
I'm not going to yuck your yum, but it's disgusting.
I'm not like, ew, fuck you, Lauren, for this gross take. I was always like, as a kid, anything bubblegum or cotton candy flavored that wasn't the actual things, like cotton candy soda, cotton candy that wasn't cotton candy, like I was always kind of just like, ugh, that's disgusting. And actually I was always allergic to amoxicillin, which is the medication that they would give you as a kid that always tasted like bubblegum. Right. So I always knew that I wasn't allowed to have that as a kid. And so maybe that's why my aversion to bubblegum flavor. Although I like regular bubblegum, but like bubblegum flavor things, maybe that's where that comes from. I don't know. But anyway.
I never liked fake grape flavor. That was always the one that people would be into. And I'm like, this tastes like Dimetap. Like, this tastes like medicine. I don't understand how you guys are drinking like a grape soda. Like, give me an orange soda any day of the week. But grape artificial, not for me.
I don't mind a medicine-y flavor, like a Dimetap, like something like that. Like I never minded that. I also love things like I love like pickled flavors. I love vinegar. I could drink vinegar straight from whatever. I love vinegar. I love all of it. I love tart things. But yeah, it should come as no surprise to you that my favorite scents, like if first of all, I'm not like a scent person. If I were to have my preference of scent in a home, it would be neutral. It would be nothing. It's like how I like my lighting, just lights on, lights off. I don't love mood scents in general. I'm just like, if anything that just smells like regular clean air, I'm happy with. But if I were to do like a scent, which I rarely do, like a candle or something, am drawn to. This is not a surprise to anyone, but like a fruity scent. I love a citrus scent. I love walking into a Jamba Juice and smelling all those oranges. So I'm really into like fruitier scents, which a lot of people, when I tell them that, they're like disgusted by, because they're just like, oh, it like smells so artificial to me. And I'm just like, no, I like it. I really dislike warm scents like vanilla. I really do not like the smell of like stuff like that. I'm not a big fan of. I don't know, Matt Palmer, you said you had nothing to say about this, but have you thought of any scent that you really like?
I mean, I'm looking over because I did go to Trader Joe's recently and get their like autumnal candle pack. So I'm seeing what this is. This is the Vanilla Woods. So maybe you wouldn't like this one. But I do. I think it's nice. I do also like a fruitier scent. Like I had like a grapefruit candle for a while that I really liked. But I have to be honest here.
Love grapefruit, yeah.
Of all the senses, smell has been my weakest sense for as long as I can remember. I am not
you have not had a good sense of smell. Yeah.
My sense of smell has never been like top notch. Like I just like I can smell, but I feel like not as strongly as other people do. Like I feel like people get so like, oh my goodness, this smells like XYZ. I was like, I don't smell anything. Like I'm more focused on like, what are we listening to? You know, that's my sense, darling. And which makes sense for, you know, what we're doing here at 2K Mats. Like give me some music, you know what I was thinking over the weekend? This is unrelated to sense because I have nothing to say there. I'm like, could I get more Sonos speakers? Like my dream life is having a home in which every room has a Sonos speaker. So it's like you don't even need to have the music up so loud, but wherever you go, the music is there with you. And like we have a few Sonoses. We have one in like the kitchen and one in the bedroom and like one in the living room. But I'm like, oh, but then when I go to the bathroom, I can't hear it. And then when I go to my office, I can't hear it. And I'm like, my dream is like there's a holiday party. And wherever you go, it's like, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. Or even I need to go outside. Only at a party. I wouldn't do this on like a normal day. But like, I want the music to be following you wherever you are in the home. Like that is the kind of like sensory overload that I would like to curate in my life as the years progress.
Yeah, you love having music on all the damn time.
I do, darling.
I can't do it.
Sometimes I'm riding in the car with Jackson and he's just like driving from point A to point B with no music. I'm like, what's this about? Like what?
I think because I drive without music all the time. Like I truly do not need music at all. And so whenever I'm like driving people and like 3 seconds into the ride, they're just like, what are you doing? Why didn't you turn on music? And I'm just like, I don't need fucking music. We're here talking to each other. I'm like, I don't know. If you need music, I think you might be a sociopath.
Oh my God. Not to yuck my yum, but you might be a sociopath.
But you might be a sociopath.
I don't need it, but I just feel like, and it's not always music. Sometimes it's a podcast, but I feel like if I'm not doing anything that like I can't have music. You know what I mean? Like I don't like music when I'm typing something or reading. It's like that I need to be focused. But if I'm doing anything that's not like talking with other people, reading or writing, yeah, throw on some music in the back. Let's make this a party. Let's make this a fun moment. It's like when we were watching the Vanderpump Rules episode earlier. They loved throwing in music cue, didn't they? And it's like, that's because that's what life's like, man. You got to have your music going. I loved it.
Life does not have music all the time, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, the life that I make for myself will. And the one day you're going to come to my home, every room in it, Sonos speaker, playing some Mariah B-side, wherever you go. Slipping Away will be playing throughout the home. You're going to love it.
Do you, I mean, I know you sing like when you're just like hanging out by yourself, because I always, whenever we were living together, I would always know you were coming home because I would hear the car door slam, a little beep to lock it, and then I would hear a slowly getting louder.
You always say that.
And I hear the key unlock. He's always singing to himself, but I don't know if you have like music in your ears as you're doing it. Do you just like sing? You sing, but like when there's no music, right?
I do, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do that too. In the car, I sometimes sing by myself. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't like. Yeah, I mean, I do. If I'm walking from point A to point B, we're not listening to music, but I have a song stuck in my head, and I want to be like, so far, Slipping Away again. If you haven't heard Slipping Away, yes. If you haven't heard Slipping Away, it's on the rarities. It's on Spotify. Listen to it; it'll change your life. But yeah, so I like to give a little bit of vocal. Yeah.
I love how we went from a question about bubblegum to slipping away. That's what two gay mats is, guys.
It really is. Everybody got to stay on their toes because things can happen. Everything can change in a moment. But yes, I love that you love bubblegum, young lady. Lauren, I believe. I love that you love it.
And I love that it's because we didn't have any email my hearts this week. And so we were in the chat and we were like, does anyone have a question? And Lauren's like, I got a question. And so I love that. But the thing is, sadly, we also don't have any Travis tracks this week because Travis I think Travis is under the weather. I want to say, because my friend Fernando is staying in my apartment right now. And he was like, I think Travis is getting like a little sick or something. He like mentioned it. So maybe Travis is taking a break from Travis tracks. But next week, don't worry, he'll come back with his probably terrible opinions.
Or maybe really great opinions. It really
maybe
goes back and forth.
You never knew. But you don't have a 2 gay minutes or anything, right?
No, I don't. Do you?
I don't know. We're just going right to giving me moments.
We had a long first half of this podcast. I think it's okay to wrap things up. I feel
Everyone
like the girls
is
are probably
fucking sick of us.
100%.
They're just like, they're talking about bubblegum, scent, essential oils. What are we talking about?
Yes. So Matt Steele, would you like to go first? What's been giving you moments, darling?
Okay, so the thing that gave me moments was a little bit of cinema. Obviously, we're in the best time of year for cinema. All the great Oscar baity movies are coming out. And so Netflix actually just released something. It's in, it's some theaters because Netflix has like their special theaters that they release their movies in. But it's also streaming on Netflix right now if you would like to check it out. Is a movie called Train Dreams. It's directed by this guy, Clint Bentley. And I believe he was one of the writers on Sing Sing, the movie last year. I don't know how many movies he's directed before this, but so this is a movie. It is starring Joel Edgerton, and it has Felicity Jones in it. It has what's her name from the Banshees of Inisherin, who was really great. Carrie. Oh God, what was her name? She was so fucking good. But anyway, it is a movie that is basically about this guy in Idaho in like the early 1900s. Carrie Condon. I'm so sorry. Carrie Condon. Okay. We love her. And Clifton Collins Jr., who's also excellent in everything he does. And William H. Macy as well. But anyway, so there's this guy played by Joel Edgerton, and he's living in the early 1900s in Idaho. And he's like, I don't know what you call them, a lumber person. He's a logger. I think they're called loggers. And every so often, every couple of months, he takes a train to usually Washington, I believe, and he has to leave his wife, played by Felicity Jones, and his daughter for several months to go logging with these men. And these are essentially like the men who like built America, like who built especially like the west side of America, like the western half of America and everything, with like the railroads. It shows him like working on the railroads and everything, and doing all this stuff with all this lumber. And it's like an insanely dangerous job. Like these men are constantly dying all around him. And also it's really sad because he's gone for months at a time. And so his daughter is growing. He's like missing giant chunks of his daughter's like life and everything. And he has these big plans for him and his wife. And this whole movie is like just sort of like narrating. There's a narrator in this movie, this beautiful narration job that is done by Will. Sorry, that's not in like the right order on IMDb. Sorry, but Will Potter, I forget. But so the entire thing is like kind of narrated, and it's just about this guy's life. And the whole thing is about like how this guy, he leads such a simple life that you look at it at first glance and you think it's like not remarkable, like in the slightest. And the entire time he's kind of wondering like what the meaning of like his life is and everything. And he witnesses all these tragic things, and something really, really tragic happens at some point. And it's about like him getting through that. And it's like such a simple concept for a movie. And for the first like 15 minutes, I was kind of just like, what? Like, what are we doing? We're just kind of just going to be like watching this guy like chopping down trees and shit. But the movie goes on, and as it goes on, like more very, very simple things happen. And this guy comes across more people. And then at the very end, it's like the most beautiful ending like you will see all year. It's like, it's just kind of like about one of the many, many millions of men who, or like people in general who had these very, very dangerous jobs and like helped like build the country and made it is what it is now. And like about how simple their lives were. And like, and how like simple their life stories were and everything, but like how much beauty there is in that. And like, it's so beautifully shot. It's so wonderfully acted. Like Will Patton is the name. Sorry. And is the name of the narrator. And like, it's just so wonderfully done. Like I was so emotional by the end of it. And so if you really want like, just like a really simple movie, that's kind of just like about, I'm not gonna say like the fucking meaning of life, because that's like what does that even mean? But like it's about like how there's such like beauty and like nobility and like such a simple life. It's a very like rah Americana story, but it's not like shoving it down your throat. You know, it's just like the way it's done is just so like beautiful. And Joel Edgerton is so fantastic in it. I would love if he got an Oscar nomination. I could definitely see it becoming kind of a late awards swell thing, like getting a lot of momentum like later in the awards season, because I do see it really appealing to like a certain demographic of Oscar voters especially. And they could really feel like this movie really resonates with them, and so I would really be interested to see like how this movie fares during Oscar time in like, you know, a month and a half. Not that, you know, making movies is about that, but like it's in the conversation.
Absolutely.
And so I think it would be very, very well deserved. Like it's beautiful. I could see it slipping in for Best Director, honestly.
Right.
Like a Best Director nomination. And I would love that. Like it's really, really beautiful. I really, really loved it. So check it out. It's on Netflix now, but also if you can see it on the big screen, it has these beautiful scenic shots. Like the entire thing is like fucking outdoors. Like, so it's like these beautiful, gorgeous shots. So like if you're by one of the theaters that's showing it, like I definitely encourage you to check it out there as well.
All right. I love that. I hope it does as well as it should. It sounds like a great film.
It's beautiful. Yeah. So Matt Palmer, what has been giving you moments?
Well, I have a few things this week. Firstly,
besides erotic hockey movies or TV shows, whatever. Hockey
Absolutely.
erotica.
Besides the hockey erotica, I also finished Sex and the City, the television series. We wrapped everything up in season 6. And I have to say, the only thing they did, and spoiler alert, I mean, is it a spoiler if it happened 20 years ago? But whatever. The show has ended a while ago. But the only thing they did right, as far as like, of course, Carrie's going to end up with Big, is having her go all in with this guy who's also Russian. He's just referred to as the Russian. I think his name is Alexander or something, the character's name. With, I would say, of the entire series, the man that she has the least chemistry with the whole time. I'm like, and this is a man who's like an artist and he's older and like he's like, I don't want to have any more kids. So she's like, maybe I don't want kids. He's not nice to her friends. Like they don't see, I don't know, they don't have a lot in common, but they decide, okay, to make it so it's like a big finale ending, we have to make it so, you know, he has to go move back to France to like pursue his artistic dreams. And Carrie's going to quit her job writing that column and move out of New York to go be with this man who's truly C+ at best. And so they do that. And so, of course, Big comes back in the picture. I did think one really good scene in that finale is that Big, she basically had a run-in with Carrie, and she was like, leave me alone. Like, I'm finally happy I found someone. You always pop up when I'm finally getting over you, and like, I'm not going to let you stop me this time. And I thought something that was interesting and creative and that they never did throughout the entire series was, you know, they would always meet up at brunch, like the 4 of the ladies, and they would talk, and like that was kind of their place to meet up, and you know, it was their friend's couch or whatever. And Big called Charlotte or something, like called Carrie, but Charlotte was at the house. Charlotte picked up. Charlotte invited Big to be at one of those 4 tops in the finale. I was like, oh, we've never seen this. We've been talking about Big for 6 years at this 4 top, but never once was Big there to really discuss. And so she's basically like, I realize I love her. Is she happy? If she is, I'll leave her alone. But if not, like, just let me know. Tell me the word and I will go over there to Paris, where she has now moved. And Miranda just leans in and goes, go bring back our girl or something. And it's like very,
I remember that's like a famous clip where she's like, go get our girl.
Yes, go get our girl. And so he goes, and like we all know historically, I am not a big fan. I'm a big fan, but I am not a fan of Big. And but when they made more sense together. They laughed more. Even if I don't like Big, maybe he has turned over this new leaf, this corner. And I just found the Russian to be so not an appealing other option for Carrie. Like if it was Aiden or if it was even Berger before he left that note breaking up with her, I could have seen it being like more tension, like who should she choose? But it's like this man never made any sense. Why is this happening? But I really loved how a lot of the stories wrapped up, honestly, with all the other characters. I thought the way it ended with Miranda moving to Brooklyn with Steve because they had a family and it was a better place for like Brady to grow up. I thought that was nice. And like her dealing with her mother-in-law, and she was having kind of mental struggles in that final episode. I thought that was really well done. I thought Samantha and the way they told her cancer story was really beautiful and really beautifully done. And also with Charlotte going through the adoption process after she tried so often to have a baby and it just wasn't happening for it. It all felt very real and very grounded, besides the Carrie part, which it's hard when she's like the main character. But yeah, I really wasn't into her Russian boyfriend that they hung their hat on with the season. And someone asked in the chat, and maybe this time next week I'll have a more definitive answer, like how I would rate these seasons. And I can't give you a full rating, except that I think 3 and 4 were the peaks for me. That was when it felt like, oh, this show is firing on all cylinders. The writing is so sharp and so funny. And I think even if I had some qualms with the last 2 seasons, I preferred them to the first couple of seasons where they really were finding their footing and it just like hadn't become the show that people know and love. Sure. But yes, it was a satisfying finale, and I'm going to rewatch that damn movie now that I've seen the show, because I watched the movie, I think in theaters, the first one at least, but I just had no context of what was happening. So I think I liked it, but now I'll actually know what happened before the movie started.
Yeah, I saw the second one in theaters, and I had no like real context.
Right. Yeah, and they're kind of fun little one-offs. Apparently, the second one is much worse than the first one, but either way, I'm excited to continue the story at least a little bit. I won't be watching it just like that. I can tell you that now.
Oh my God, so you came around on Big. What a miracle.
I mean, came around on Big is not how I'd put it. I would say
the show has Stockholm Syndromed you.
It's just in comparison to The Russian, I saw the appeal. That was the first time I had seen it. Maybe that was the goal.
So the moral of the story, guys, we'd rather have awful than boring.
The Russian was awful too. Like they were awful in different ways.
I thought you were saying he's like awful because he's like kind of boring. Like he was just no chemistry with her.
There was no chemistry, but he was also mean to Miranda and the other friends. Like he's just not. He just wasn't. And like he basically wanted Carrie to quit her job and be a kept woman. Like he just was like wanting something. He sucked. Secondly, I just also want to give a shout out to 2 co-hosts that have been on the show before doing amazing things. Firstly, Rory James has been on the podcast very recently, and I just want to give him a shout out because his special is out. You can get it anywhere you get, your Amazons, your Apple TVs. You should absolutely buy his special, Acquired Taste. I am so proud of him. It's so exciting that it has been released. It was such a labor of love for him, and we were there at the taping of the special. It is hilarious. So I recommend you taking a watch there. And secondly, my friend of all friends, my best friend for over a decade, Janie Stoller, is an icon in every way. But if you are a TikTok person, I would recommend following her at Janie Stoller. I believe she is beginning to put out more content. She is a person who has dealt with grief in her life, and so she is kind of speaking more about the experience of being a griever. And I feel like there are so many people who have gone through situations like this, and for whatever reason, as humans, even though it's such a human experience to experience loss in this way, people are so uncomfortable touching on the subject that they just kind of don't. And then like when it happens to us, we're expected to just figure out how to deal with it, how to have the answers that like no one wants to talk about because it's uncomfortable. And I just am so proud of her, like putting out this content. It just started out recently. Like it's not like she's put out a bunch of videos, but it's just, I think it's her calling. And I think she is such a brilliant and like easy person to hear this information from, and she's doing something like she's like the first TikTok creator that's ever helped anyone. I just can already see at the beginning kernel stages, like people are already learning and being able to identify with her story, with what she is, saying in these TikToks, because as someone who has been a griever for a good chunk of time now, she's basically like, this is what it's going to be like. This is like other resources that helped me. And I just think it's a really beautiful thing. So if you have access to TikTok, follow at Janie Stoller. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah, no, she's like amazing, like talking about all of it. And she's also like fucking hysterical too.
And that's the thing.
Like,
she's got it all.
Yeah, exactly. Like she's hysterical. Rory obviously is hysterical. We were at the special, so like we can attest it's a great fucking special. It's hysterical. I just love our friends are doing amazing things. We got
I
Janie
know it.
helping the people with their grief. We got Rory making the people laugh. We got the two gay mats talking about bubblegum.
Exactly. Equally important.
We're all changing the world in our own way, guys, just like the man who was the logger in Train Dreams. Sometimes it's the little things you do in this world that create the biggest impact.
Yes. And our little thing is like squawking at the Wicked for Good soundtrack or whatever. That's our little thing to help the world. So yeah, Matt Steele, is there anything else you'd like to tell the people?
That I love you all.
Yes, I do as well. Thank you guys so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. And we'll be back next week with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye.
Bye.